Hello everybody. This is a quick video to update you on my 4 rescue phal from Lowe's. The quick story about these 4 phal is that I went to Lowe's to get some tape for other project, and I saw them in a basket, and I asked the staff member, and they were telling me that these plants were going to be thrown away. So I checked with the manager to see if I can purchase them for whatever price that they were on sale for, and they were $5 each. On sale for $5, so I actually paid $20 to rescue these. And these are full-size phals, so the regular phals, not miniature, which I love, but these are big-size Phalaenopsis. So for this one on the top right corner, it was actually doing pretty well. Up until about 2 weeks ago, it started to have some root rot problem, so I kind of cleaned that up. There's no sign of leaf growth. I do see that there is a little nubbin somewhere. Let's see if I can show you. Oh yeah, right there, if you can see. There's something coming out, but I just don't know. I think it's a root, because judging by just, you know, the position where it's growing, I think it's a root, hopefully. And then there are a couple nods or nubbin on the side of the plant, so hopefully it'll produce more roots. Overall, the leaves are still pretty sturdy, so it's not dehydrated in any way, but I think the roots are still trying to get acclimated to the full water culture method. So we'll see. We'll see how this one does. And this one is growing a new leaf. However, there aren't really any roots. So I'm actually curious, and hopefully it'll start to put out more, at least a new root to get hydrated, because this one, the outer leaves are getting a little bit soft. Compared to what I had when I rescued them. And that's understandable, because when you have no roots, there isn't really any good way for the orchid to absorb enough water to plump back up the leaves. There is a little bit of, let me see if I can find it. There is a root with a green tip, but it's just ever so little, so I can't see it now. Maybe it's gone. Maybe it's gone. I don't know. Oh, and also I went ahead and cut off the flower spike for this one and that one, because for quite some time they weren't doing anything. I know that sometimes people say that the flower spike would be able to send back the nutrients into the plant, but there is also another school of thought that, you know, right now, judging especially these 2 orchids, they should be focusing on producing roots and leaf, and shouldn't be even thinking about whatever that's going on the flower spike. So I decided that, hey, you know what? I'm going to try that. So I'm going to cut them just to see if they will, you know, bounce back faster. But the one with the 2 on the right, this one actually came in this container, and it was part of a bigger arrangement that came with a air plant and a succulent, both of which I gave them away to friends who really wanted a succulent, and to a colleague. And then also I gave my air plant away to a friend who always wanted an air plant. Okay, so for this one, the leaf grew larger, right? And then we have some root growths, right? And this is also in full water culture, but with just the tip of the stem that's touching the water. So none of the roots are long enough to actually touch the water just yet. So I'm gonna actually try to put this one in full water culture for a little bit more a little longer, and eventually I think that I may actually want to pot this one into my own version of media mix. Usually is sphagnum moss and then lava rocks, and now that I have growstone, I may add growstone into it, and then maybe I think that's it for the most part. Occasionally I would add a little bit of rocks at the bottom just to make sure that if orchids get top heavy, it won't actually tip over. So for this one, I really think that I would actually, after the roots are long enough, I would pot them in the traditional way. And then for this one, the fourth one, this is doing the best. You can see this one also lost almost all its roots, but these two roots are new roots coming out. And it's doing pretty well, and the roots are almost long enough to touch the water. So once they, I'm gonna wait, right, until they can reach the water, and I think that way this plant would be able to get properly hydrated, that the leaves will start to plump back up, because the bottom two leaves are just withering away. They're withering, they're shriveling. And this one also, the new leaf is also growing strong. Oh, another thing I want to show you is for this one, I forgot to mention. Look at this. I think it is a secondary spike. I'm not sure, but something is growing. Let's see if it'll focus. No, it won't focus for me. Out there. So anyway, so this is the update, and then I will make another video in a couple months just to show you how they're doing. But overall, I think these rescues needs a little more work and a lot of patience. And you know, we'll get this, we'll get root rots, so it's really normal. And actually, I think part of, you know, it's I'm to blame for these root rot, because I think I might have packed the moss a little bit too tight for their liking, and because the weather at the time, it was summertime, very humid, very hot, so I think they just didn't like it. So, well, it is what it is. It happened. So now I'm just hoping for the best and and hopefully they'll bounce back. All right. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments, feel free to write your comments at the bottom of this page. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye.